Welcome back to Unlegendary. I'm Ben Tully, joined by Tiny Grimes. We are casting your games. Normally, we do it on Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Pacific time at twitch.tv/tinygrimes. Not today, but we're still bringing you games for
Yep,
this week.
that's right.
So you should watch and subscribe and things of those natures.
So I predict this is the flavor of the month, well, flavor of the day hunter deck, the mid-range hunter deck that's kind of like a face hunter that has high mains. So that's my prediction.
It's kind of like a face hunter with
Yeah,
high.
it's got all the
The
early
fact that you
drops.
consider yourself like a hunter expert really disgusts me, and I think many people in the Hearthstone community. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that this is the world-renowned Dragon Warrior. Look at
Yeah.
that.
I
Called
think.
it. Dragon Warrior.
Oh, did you call it before Corruptor came out? When you called it,
I
Corruptor was
said
coming out.
as it was coming out.
I was
But
like,
I
that's
was
not
just
much of a
about to say it.
prediction.
I was saying it.
I don't think so. I think there's
You don't
one
think it's
Ysera,
Dragon Warrior, man?
one Corruptor, one Ysera. That's it.
That seems like a really inefficient way to play the game.
That would be a terrible deck. I did see someone on Reddit had a deck that had one Corruptor, and people were like, you really probably should put a second one in. He was like, I hadn't thought about that.
He
So there
said
you go.
I had not. Do you think that
Yeah,
was sarcasm?
I don't think so. I think
This is a fucking hard spot.
I don't know. I mean, it seems like Fiery War Axe into Whirlwind is pretty good.
No, that's fine. All right. If that's what you want to do.
Problem is if you put Pain down, it kills nothing, and you only get one draw.
Yeah.
And now you have Pain next turn. And yeah.
That
Right, the bow.
at this game. I don't know what that means. Do you think anybody knows what that means?
Yeah, I think we know what that means.
People know what that means? Okay.
It's,
I mean,
shorthand.
I just assume that like people expect you to write English.
No, no, not at all.
Okay.
So do you act like here and just take the one draw and be happy? I think you do because
Yeah.
you
I mean,
take the 3 damage.
he's not. I don't think he's. I think he's going to go continue to go face. So you
Think
might
so?
get.
Yeah,
more.
probably true. Probably true. He's got the brawl here, so he's kind of hoping his opponent gets a brawlable board. The problem is hunters don't often have brawlable boards. They just play like a couple aggressive guys and then they die.
These South CC deck hands have been like,
Wow.
oh, look at that. Well, I mean, you want them to have a
Yeah. Wow.
board.
Talk about, hey, could you please
That's a lot
brawl
of
me?
damage.
And you can hit like the 1/2 to get a draw out of it and then brawl. That's pretty solid. I don't see any reason to not brawl here.
Oh, is there a 1-2? I didn't realize there was a 1-2.
The 2-1. Thank you.
Okay.
I
thought I had missed something.
You could go like Corruptor weapon, and then he only has one guy, and you save your brawl. The problem is, what are you saving brawl for? Like, it's probably not going to do anything at some other point.
I mean, the result would be if he doesn't. I mean, the result's going to be probably about the same. You're still going to end up with one of his guys on the board, and now you don't get the draw out of it.
Yeah, but you can remove him, and so now it's an empty board, and you're at 8, and your opponent may just have lethal.
In 4 turns, he has lethal in 4 turns unless you armor up every time.
Yeah, you're gonna definitely have to armor up. He's got Shield Slam, so that means theoretically he has armor cards. So hopefully he'll find them really quick, or he's dead. And that's probably an explosive trap, which means he won't be attacking anytime soon.
I think I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's snipe.
You're gonna say it's snipe, okay?
Yeah, it's probably snipe.
I am gonna say it's not snipe.
I mean, do you proc it, right? Is he going to proc it?
I would not proc it here. He's too low. He basically has to draw.
So his game now is just to build up 30 damage on board.
No, his game is to draw a shield block or to draw whatever she's called, the Shield Maiden. Not to draw like Boom and Sylvanas. Well, that's an answer. An arm? Oh, you can't arm up. Yeah, okay, you did. Good.
What?
I don't know. I was like, what? What's happening?
What? What?
All right, come on, shield cards. That's what we're going for here. And just praying that hunter doesn't draw one of his 100 ways to kill you. And there.
Oh, like that?
Yeah, like that. Just like that. And now you're at 2. Or
Still not dead yet.
He might be dead. It depends. That could be like a quick shot in the end or something. It's not quick shot, though. He would have used it before. All right, what is that card? Maybe a hound?
Shield block.
Oh, there it is. Does that save the day? Probably not, but we're on our way. So the question is, do you like big game hunter and armor up here, or do you play a
Well, I
real
mean, you
card?
still know it's the explosive trap, though, or you assume it's an explosive trap. So you only play big game after you've procced it.
That's true, but I was thinking more for trading guys. It's like I thought we were going to trade the corruptor for that guy, play big game hunter to trade
No,
for the
I
reset.
like not trading him.
Yeah, I do
I would
too.
test the trap here.
You got 9. You're going to go down to 7. I guess you might as well.
I mean,
'Cause,
you're close to dying, right?
yeah,
Like, but if you never test for the trap, you're always going to be.
right. Like if you were going to shield slam there, then you have to go face. If you weren't going to test the trap, then you might as well just trade the corruptor for that guy.
And is it worth going? Just in case this is, yeah, it's explosive.
There you go. If it had been freezing, you'd have been thrilled because then you get another corruptor back.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, now you can big game hunter. Now, as long as your opponent doesn't like drop a beast in a kill command, you might be okay. Oh, now you need some armor real quick, like.
Oh, he thinks he's got it now.
Nah, he does. That's a kill command. And that's it.
So how do you
Well,
feel, Tiny? Are you excited because the hunter won?
no, I was rooting for the warrior there,
Dragon Warrior
especially with
called it.
the
Called it.
earlier the early win acts like that. That's